Hello, everybody, and welcome to Moonwalker Mondays. I am really sorry that I have not done a Moonwalker Mondays episode this year, and that's just because I've been doing other things. And I am going to be doing pretty soon my Pinocchio video that I plan on doing, and that will be pretty soon as well. So I haven't done much for Moonwalker Mondays this year. Now, there was this one person that thought that I was using the whole Michael Jackson innocent thumbnail for my page as clickbait. I'll be talking more about that next time. But for right now, I'm going to be talking about what happened this past week, because this past week was the first anniversary of Leaving Neverland, the two-parter that aired on HBO, and it tried to convince people that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. And unfortunately, it didn't work for me, and it didn't work for most Michael Jackson fans, and I'm glad for that. But of course, several times after it aired, it won a couple awards. And all I gotta say is, congratulations to the people that voted Leaving Neverland as the best documentary ever. And I'm sorry I have to tell you all this, but Leaving Neverland is the worst documentary to ever win that award. It won the Emmy for Best Documentary. So as a result, I can say this: Emmy Awards, you picked the worst documentary ever to win Best Documentary. Leaving Neverland was a glorified cash grab by the accusers. The accusers, of course, were Wade Robson and James Safechuck. And Dan Reed, of course, probably saw their suits against the Michael Jackson estate and thought maybe turning Leaving Neverland into a documentary. Now, I did a two-part review of Leaving Neverland last year, and the only reason why for that is because Leaving Neverland was a two-part documentary. So I figured that I'd do a two-part review, and I bashed the shit out of it. And I bashed the shit out of it mostly in part two. Part one was just me pretending that I was believing Leaving Neverland, even though I really wasn't believing the documentary. The other problem I had with this fucker is the lack of people interviewed for Leaving Neverland. Dan Reed decided to only include the families of Wade Robson and James Safechuck for witnesses, and they don't even back up Wade and James's claims. And after I did those particular two-part reviews, I did numerous videos explaining why Michael Jackson was innocent and why he will never be considered guilty and a proven pedophile at all, even after the Leaving Neverland documentary aired. And the huge reason why Wade and James were a part of Leaving Neverland in the first place is because Dan Reed was trying to get new victims to come forward, and that never happened. And that was because Michael Jackson never had any victims in the first place. All the times that Michael Jackson was accused was because they wanted his money. The first plan was conducted by Evan Chandler. And of course, because the criminal justice system decided not to file criminal charges against Michael Jackson, Evan Chandler succeeded, and a settlement was eventually done. And he got money as a result, which of course, as a result of that settlement, the justice system changed everything, and there would be a criminal trial before the civil trial as a result of the settlement that happened. And when Janet Arvizo decided to put up a plan to get Michael Jackson's money, they of course would have to file criminal charges. And as a result of Michael Jackson not being convicted, Janet Arvizo did not succeed. And she used her son to devise this molestation charges that have been done before by the Chandler family to get Michael Jackson's money. And that failed big time, as Michael Jackson was not convicted and no civil suit would happen. Wade and James decided to bypass the criminal justice system as a result of Michael Jackson's death and tried to sue the Michael Jackson estate just to get Michael Jackson's money. And so far, they have not succeeded. So as a result, just because there are certain people out there that believe Michael Jackson was guilty, that don't mean anything at all. Just because you believe he's guilty, don't mean that he actually is. Because he was never convicted, and he never will be. Like I mentioned in several of my videos that I've done, Michael Jackson will never be convicted, never be proven guilty, and never will be considered a proven pedophile. And that's all I gotta say about that. And maybe we should do a sequel to Leaving Neverland. It should be called Coming Back to Neverland, in which Wade and James go back to Neverland and are beaten up by a brought back to life Michael Jackson, and having to confess that they were lying in the first place. We should have a sequel like that. That should how it should be. I think we should make a sequel. I don't know if that'll actually happen, but I bet you Coming Back to Neverland would be a huge success. Wade and James having to confess their lies to the court, and Michael Jackson should come back to life and beat the living hell out of both Wade and James. I'd like to see that, definitely, on HBO. Thank you all for watching Moonwalk on Mondays, everybody. And what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching Moonwalk on Mondays. Peace out, all. If you are interested in more Michael Jackson videos, please subscribe and click on the bell for notifications on new videos.